All right, hey guys, it's Laren. I am recording this because a lot of people couldn't hop on tonight, so I'm just going to go ahead and post it in the group. So if you hop on while it's in recording, just hop on and just listen. If you missed the whole beginning part, you can always go back and watch this within the group. This is all about income and impact. A lot of people are just so ready to dive into the business. And so I want to just bring you the powerful presentation on what is the true difference between building a linear lifestyle versus building a lifestyle around leverage. And we are attracting so many incredible people to our team that are just have this massive vision to create more impact. It's not even necessarily about the income. We love financial freedom, and that's why I love this photo so much, is because it really demonstrates how if you peel back the layers of what this opportunity can truly do for you by building an online business through the power of Isagenix, you can create a life of freedom and be able to do more, whether that's traveling more or just creating more impact in this world. And when I say impact, those we have people who want to launch podcasts or launch their own nonprofits or just want to create a bigger difference and a bigger level of contribution that they maybe couldn't have that influence or create that influence without this opportunity. This isn't necessarily, a couple $100 extra a month could help you, but what about thousands? What about staying with this long term and treating it like a marathon and not a sprint? What could that do over the next couple years or 5 years or 10 years that could truly propel it forward to allow financial freedom to be the vehicle that could launch your future dream? What is that future purpose? Maybe your purpose is not Isagenix, but your purpose is something bigger, and this is the vehicle to truly get there. So we're going to also teach you the main thing, keeping the main thing the main thing. We all have I don't, but you all have full-time jobs. You're doing other things. It's not to necessarily take away from that right now, but it's how to weave this opportunity in so that you can truly move ahead so much faster. And really committing to stay with this. Commit to showing up every single week. Committing to plugging in to these trainings, to these videos, and taking the time to really focus on this. Committing to the journey, committing to the long haul, committing to being here 1 year from today, because that will dramatically shift your life forward if you commit to the daily actions, the daily do every single day. They say it takes an average of when you're a master at network marketing, it's 10 years. That is that's powerful, but they're popping people millionaire status in 4 to 5 years because of the power of social media. What that goes to show is you can create a lot of income and a lot of impact in a short amount of time, that you don't even have to master this yet. You just have to trust the process and stay committed to the process. I started 4 years ago with the products, but I've been building full-time for over a year now. If you look at some of our top income earners, they've only been doing this 5.5 years. I can't even imagine what my life will be like in 4 years. So I want you to do the same. Where do you want to be in 5 years from now? We're not getting any younger. You're only getting older. So if you commit to doing this every single day and really focusing on this to dream bigger, you can create something amazing. What I love is dream big, but live better. Yes, our dreams can be absolutely amazing, but choosing to create a lifestyle that thrives every single day is what's most important. You're going to have times when you're going to fail, but just fail faster, fail forward. That's the powerful thing, is you can create this huge opportunity and fail 90% of the time. 90% of people will probably say no to you, but the 10% that say yes, that lock arms with you, that are I want to change my life and change, create financial freedom, will absolutely change your life too. So take the time to just truly deepen your belief in this opportunity, deepen your belief in network marketing within Isagenix, within this company, and within creating the certainty of why this can truly shift your life forward. Because when you actually believe that, that is what you become unstoppable in this. So the first thing that I want you to do, I don't know why I have a green box around this. I don't know if you guys see that, but mine has a weird green box around it. But the very first thing I want you guys to pull out a piece of paper as you're watching this. So go ahead and just pull out a piece of paper. This is a self-assessment for where you are now. You have to face it head on of where is your life now? Because I think so often we're either trying to get ahead so much, or we're just kind of sweeping the current reality under our rug and just hoping for the best. But where are you now? So the first question that I want you to write down, and we're just going to take a few minutes to have you write these down, is what is the amount of income you bring home every month right now? All the income sources that you have combined, whether you have a full-time job and a couple different side hustle jobs, what is the total income that you bring home every month? Write that down. Number 2, how much money is in your bank account? Like right now, consider all like liquid cash assets that you have that you have access to, that you could literally go pull out all of your money. That's all of your cash assets. How much money is in the bank right now? Number 3, how much of your income is disposable? Meaning, yes, I'll buy that. Like you don't even have to think twice. You can be at the mall and you can buy those shoes if you want to buy those shoes. You can buy that purse. You can buy that shirt. You can buy a plane ticket. Whatever that looks like, how much of your income is disposable that it does not matter how you spend it, when you spend it, or what you do with it. Number 4, how much do you spend on clothes, having fun, travel, hair, nails, contribution? I do think this is kind of disposable, but it's more like just the leftover like fun money that you can go and have fun with or that you want to contribute with. Or maybe you put it in your budget for your hair. Like a lot of people budget out their hair costs. Number 6, how many people are you responsible for? Do you have any kids? Are you taking care of your spouse? Do you guys combine your income or is it separate? Do you provide any money to your family? Is there any money going anywhere else that you're responsible for, and how much? Number 7, how much money do you have left over at the end of the month? So take all of that. What is left over? And how does that make you feel? Like, do you feel really good right now? Are you like, man, I'm absolutely crushing this. I feel great. I have so much money. Or are you like, oh shit, like you're facing it, you already know this, but maybe it's like you live paycheck to paycheck every month and you hate that feeling. If you have nothing, how much are you overspending? Are you putting yourself into debt? Are you putting anything on credit cards? Are you avoiding any bills? What bills are you avoiding? Number 9, how much would you like to have left over at the end of the month? What would be your dream goal? Like if you could absolutely say, okay, this is the exact amount that I would love to have in my bank account every single month. How much is that money? And what would you do with that money? How would that make you feel? Is it like a huge breath of fresh air? Or is it like something that you want to just go celebrate? How much stress do you have from finances right now? And how would you define your current financial situation from doing this exercise? What are those words that describe how you feel about your current financial reality? And then share this. As you're watching this, share this in the comments. Like, what is it that makes you truly, like, is it like, oh shit, like I feel so much stress. I lay in bed at night and I feel stress. I can't afford the things that I want to do. I have to say no or turn down the things that I want to do because of it. I'm trying to save as much money as possible for my kids because I want to provide them the best life. I wish that I could have more time to just go on a vacation with my family. I wish that I had that extra money that if I wanted to go shopping, I could go buy shopping. I wish I had extra money just to go and, go eat out whenever we wanted to. What does that look like for you? How many of you feel like this exercise is painful and just like kind of like stuff you already know, but you're just like, I hate even facing this. Like I'm ready for a change. Because that's like what this opportunity can do. And that's what I just want to shake so many people, because the majority of people out there are living paycheck to paycheck and dealing with a lot of financial stress. And I hear a lot of people being like, oh, well, I'm going to turn off my auto ship and quit doing Isagenix because I can't afford it. I respect that because I want you to be able to afford life. But instead of living your life saying, I can't afford this, or this is too expensive, that you're going to live your whole life like that. You're just going to keep picking up extra jobs and keep living that story. So what if you said, this is the vehicle that is going to change my life? This is the vehicle that I'm going to commit to every single day, even when it gets hard, because it will turn my life around. Like, this is the vehicle that I trust, and I have belief in these products. I have belief in my mentors. I have belief in this company and the vision that this is exactly what I need to go to the next level in my life, and so that I never have to say those words again. I never have to say things are too expensive or I can't afford it, that I'm going to work my ass off and work hard to move forward with that. I love this quote. If time and money weren't an issue, what would you be doing? Because it is. It doesn't just allow you to dream, but it allows you to think past normal. Normal is going to 9 to 5 every day. Normal is just like saying, I'm going to go through these motions and do what I've been taught to do. Instead of allowing you to say, it is 2019, you have every opportunity in the entire world to be able to making as much money as you want because of the power of social media, because of the power of online marketing, because of the power of the way we can communicate so fast to current clients, to prospects, to new people out there, because of the opportunities, because of like Isagenix, with products that are literally revolutionizing the health and wellness arena, that is changing people's lives in such a powerful way. The only difference between those people that succeed and those people that don't is the ones that quit too soon. So if you could do, if time and money were not an issue, and this could be the vehicle to allow you to do, what would that be? Is that to go and buy your dream car? Is that to go travel more and take your family on that vacation? Is it to contribute more or be a part of a nonprofit and go to Africa and be able to help people? Is it to have more time to volunteer for doing the things you love? What is that to you? And are your actions aligned with what you say you want every single day? If you want to create more impact in this world or impact in your life, what are you doing on a daily basis to move that forward? When I say, like, at the end of the night, when you say, what did I do to move my business forward? What are you doing? Like, what are those things? A lot of you too have very successful jobs. That's not to discredit your job at all. Like, so many of you have amazing, like, businesses, salons, everything. It's more of like, what can you weave into what you're already doing to create more leverage and freedom, which is what this call is about to talk about, so that you can have more time in the future. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. Warren Buffett, one of the wealthiest man ever, said this. And it is true. And I have a lot of like stylists and salon owners on this, real estate, a lot of different businesses, and you are doing amazing things. You're so successful in so many ways, and I love that. But what I really want to plant the seed was, because this was my biggest aha moment, is like, when I was building this huge dream salon, I loved my job. But what happens when you decide to leave? None of that goes with you unless you own your own business and you sell it. Your employees could leave you. Like, there is no true security within it. If you're a salon owner and you were to have lose half of your people, half of your business goes with them. You don't keep getting paid on them once they leave. If you were to quit your job behind the chair, yes, you can take your clients with you, but if you stop being a hairstylist, that money doesn't keep going with you. Whatever you currently do or wherever you currently work, unless you are building some type of online platform that keeps paying you residually, the money is not going with you. So that was the biggest aha moment. I mean, it wasn't aha, I knew it, but as I was building this huge company and like 7 years in, and I'm like, okay, I'm ready for the next chapter in my life, I don't have royalties coming from that. It was starting over, and I'm like, I never want to work for someone again, but I want to build something that's massively successful that keeps paying you. And that's why this opportunity is so huge, is because it gives you the opportunity. You literally start making money while you sleep. Imagine a life where you wake up and you get to go to your job because you want to, not because you have to, because you love what you do, but you also are getting paid while you sleep, that you're earning commissions from growth of the team as you sleep. Literally, you're waking up to that every single day. And there's so much power in that. It's like, as the team grows, everybody is benefiting from this. It's not just one person. It's everybody benefits from the work everybody's doing. Here's like a great examples. I love these 3 examples. Jimmy Smith was a butcher for 40 years. And he started Isagenix at 74 years old. And by the time he was 90 years old, which is like 16 years later, look at him. He's 90 years old right there. He looks more healthy than ever, way healthier than he did when he was 74. He committed to this. He was like, if you mean to tell me I can go into business and pay less than $200 a month, eat my overhead, not have any employees, no assets, no expenses, things like that, fail 90% of the time and become obscenely wealthy? You bet I'm in. He started sharing it with his family and a few people within his network, and it just grew, and he built deep. And 16 years later, he's helped his whole family make over $52 million. There's over like 60 people in his life, and he's like, no one's ever going to have to pay for college. No one's ever going to have to pay for their weddings. Like, he has literally changed the course of wealth for his entire family, creating a legacy that's going to be left behind. And he started at 74. Some of you are 25 years old. Some of you are 35 years old. Some of you are 40 years old. Some of you are 60 years old. It is never too early and never too late to start. It is just a matter of starting and putting in the grind and like being like, I'm committing to this journey, and like weaving this into what you're doing and knowing that this could dramatically change the course of your life and your family's life forever. Ellen is my mentor. She started with Isagenix 16 years ago and is at the very top of our family tree. She's the reason we're all here, is because she said yes. She chose to go first. She was in the hospital with her son, who was a little kiddo, and he was like 2 or something at the time, and had a rare disease, and they were in over $1 million in debt. Do you think she said, no, I don't have time for this? No, I'm dealing with all this stuff. No, I'm too busy. No, she put in the hours. She did it while she was in the hospital, and she got them out of debt and paid off over $1 million of medical bills in debt because of Isagenix, and has made over $6 million with the company. Mackenzie is only 26 years old. She owned a spray tan company and like 3 other small businesses in San Diego, and was like in over her head, stressed out of control, was just dealing with like so much stress and not making any money. And she said yes to Isagenix for the business opportunity. And 3 years later, a couple months ago, she had her biggest week yet, making over $17,000 in a week. And she's only like 26 years old. So it doesn't matter like where you are in your journey. It's a matter of, what do you do? Are you passionate for helping people? Are you passionate for providing a result that can transform people's lives by just introducing them to a product and allowing the process to take place, allowing them to just transform from the inside out and like love these products and want to share them with others? And it just starts to create a ripple effect. So let's talk linear versus leverage. People these days, they still are trying to make more money. So they're like all of a sudden selling things on Etsy. They're doing Airbnbs. They're, going and working on or driving for Uber and doing all these things that's still trading time for money. So if we could show you a way to just weave this into what you're doing, it just makes perfect sense. As you know, like linear income is what most people are doing. It grows linear. It starts and stops as you're working. So it demonstrates that in the red. You clock in, you show up to work, you clock out, it stops. Or you go into your business, it grows for the day, and then when the second you leave, it stops. And it's just start, stop, start, stop. It might be growing over time. Your business is growing long term, but is your personal income growing with the amount that you're doing? And I even watched this. Like, we had a $6 million salon, and even paying out the owners, like I watched their paychecks and what would happen. And it's like, if the company takes a hit, guess who takes the hit first? Not the employees, the owners. Guess who has to take a pay cut if something goes wrong, or skip one if you're growing? Not, those people. So it's like, if you're same thing, if your client cancels on you that day, whether it's, if you're a stylist or you are a personal trainer or anything, if your client doesn't show up that day, you don't get paid. Even for real estate, like real estate is a great investment, but it's still long term. You sell a house, you don't get commissions for 6 months to a year. This is like, keep putting in the work, and then allow your team to grow and pour into your team, and it just keeps growing. So when we say put your foot on the gas to create leverage, it literally means put your foot on the gas, commit to this for like 5 years, and then take your foot off the gas. Guess what? It doesn't stop. It just keeps paying you. And that was a huge wake-up call for me, is like, wait a minute. You mean to tell me I put the work in and it keeps paying me long after I put the work in? Yes. Like, I'm 33 years old. I don't know how old you are, where you're at in your journey, but I just imagine 15 years from now. I can't even fathom like what's going to happen in the next 10 years with this company, and how much everybody's going to grow and how much impact we're going to create. It just keeps growing. Like, talk about true financial independence. Maybe, you're like, I don't necessarily, money is not what's driving you, but it's like, what if your husband were to get laid off work? What if all of a sudden something were to happen to your parents and you need to take time off to be with them in the hospital? What if something happened to your kids? What if, have it as a safety net to protect your family and create a financial wall around your family that can live long after you? What if it could be the vehicle that opens the doors for future opportunities? Whatever that means to you, the time is now to start building this and pour into this, because it will completely shift and change the course of wealth for your entire future. Your biggest asset, is your network. Whether it doesn't matter what business you own, if social media were to disappear today, your biggest asset is your network. How are you creating a strong database of people within your network? That is the most important thing that I really want to stress to our team too. I'll teach you all day how to build an online business and weave this in through social media. But at the end of the day, it is your network. It's creating that network of people within your life. Really treating basically money is working for you and creating that leverage within your life. So here's an exercise I want you guys to do too. Would you rather be paid 100% on your efforts, which is what most people do, or 1% on 100 people's efforts? That is true leverage. So for example, if you were to work 8 hours in a day, 6 days a week, that's 2,496 hours in a year, okay? Now, if your downline were to grow, when it will grow to 500 members, which is actually playing really small. If you look at some of the top leaders in our company, their downlines have grown to 200,000 people. Mine's over 1,000 people. It just starts to duplicate and it starts to grow really fast because of effort your upline's putting in and because of the effort your downline's putting in. So you may have only enrolled 50 people, but your downline could grow to 500 members really fast. So let's just use this for example. If you were to, if you were to have 500 members in your downline and only 20% actually chose to do anything and start to share with other people because they're very open and love that, that's 100 people. If 100 members were only working 1 hour each day, that is 31,200 hours in a year. It would take you 12 and a half years to put that many hours in on your own. That is the power of leverage. You don't have 8 hours a day to work on your Isagenix business. You maybe have 30 minutes to an hour. That's how I built, you guys, was I would get up 30 minutes early in the morning and I'd work on it 30 minutes at night. Every single day for 2 years part-time to leverage me to be able to leave my full-time job. So I would get up 30 minutes in the morning and I would just write content. I'd post on social media. I'd reach out to people. I'd follow up with people. I'd jump on 3-way calls with myself and my mentor. I'd pour into the Facebook groups. I would add people into the Facebook groups. I would send them a tool. I would listen to podcasts and grow myself around the company and learn more about the company. And at night I'd jump on a 3-way call for 30 minutes or I would do something to move my business forward every single day. And now I'm being paid 10 times that much 3 years later because of that daily consistent action. And over time, my team just started to grow and leader would emerge and leader would emerge. And all of a sudden it was duplicating and duplicating. And now all of my team is growing and that is now benefiting them. All the work that I have put in is benefiting each and every single one of you because that is your downline. If all of a sudden you're how do I have 80 people under me? It's from the work that I've put in or someone on our team has put in. That's the power of network marketing. This isn't all you. It's the more successful the team grows, the more successful you grow. So you could have 100 people underneath you that are putting in 100 or 1 hour a day, which is that 31,200 hours in a year. And maybe you don't even know those 100 people. They're just all working underneath you, but you're still accumulating all of their volume. That is leverage. That is financial freedom. Why is Isagenix so powerful and so different than other network marketing companies is because what makes a true company massively successful is when it's emotional, which also a lot of you are stylists. That's why you're also very successful is because what you do is so emotional. Skincare, lashes, dental hygienists, All of them also with when the client's laying down on a bed in front of them, what happens? It's like a therapy bed. They just start opening up to you. Well, what happens when you talk to people about their weight and their struggles and their financial struggles? They open up to you. That goes to a whole deeper level that's vulnerable for people. So when you combine that emotional experience where you're really diving in deep with someone on such a personal level with a product that's consumable that they can keep using over and over and that they eat, they're literally eating their overhead, that is what creates residual income. That just keeps growing and growing because people start to replace their other food sources with that. Everybody eats. So it's like when you can reallocate your spending for something that you're currently eating, people stay on it. When we talk residual income, what does that mean? It means people keep ordering every single month and staying on it. So the more that people stay on their auto ships, the more that people keep treating it like an organic back office and like they go on to order their food from it, they stay with it. That creates residual income. As everybody, if you go back to that reference with the 500 people in your downline, if all of those people are still ordering, that is residual income. All of that volume that goes through every single week from orders all goes up to you. It goes up to everybody on your team. Everybody benefits from this. That's why it's so much power. We say 100 BV is the greatest product that Isagenix has. 100 business volume a month in products is because if everybody stayed on 100 BV every single month, the entire team would just explode and everybody would be making a high level of residual income. So here's the next exercise I really want to show you too, is you hear about compounding all the time. And what I love, like we've heard it like when people come in from banks and they're talking about your retirement plan and your 401k plan and all that, and you hear compounding, but you're like, what does that actually mean? So I want you to listen closely to this. Would you rather, if I gave you $1 million or said, here's a penny, and that penny is going to compound and duplicate every day for 30 days, which would you choose? Think about that. $1 million. If I gave you $1 million for 30 days, or I said, here's a penny, but every day that penny is going to duplicate, which would you choose? Majority of people are going to choose the $1 million, right? Of course, that sounds better. But here's the thing. On day one, that penny is just a penny. On day two, now it goes up to 2 cents. Day 3, it doubles to 4 cents. Day 4, it doubles to 8 cents. By day 10, it goes to $5.12. You're probably thinking, by day 10 days in, you're like, oh man, I really should have taken that $1 million, right? You're thinking it's a stupid decision. You can only buy a coffee with $5. You're happy with it, but you're like, this isn't working. By day 29, by day 20, it goes up to $5,242. So I'm sure by day 20, you're like, $5,242, that's great. I love this. But that $1 million still sounds way better. I'm already 20 days in, right? This is when most people quit. This is when most people quit on anything, whether it's your diet, whether it's a fitness routine, whether it's network marketing, whether it's building your clientele behind the chair, whether it's doing a retail contest. Most people quit when they're like, I'm not seeing results fast enough. We live in an information overload society. We live around instant gratification that we're like, it's not happening fast enough. You quit. I challenge you. Hear me when I say this. Do not quit. Just keep going. I promise you this just starts to build so fast and creates a massive duplication that can completely change your life. In this exercise, by day 29, it goes up to $2,684,000. $2 million. Between day 20, it's $5,000, and day 29 is $2 million. Day 30 is $5,368,000, and day 31 is $10,737,000. So I want you to really put this into perspective with network marketing. Obviously, by day 31, you're not going to be making $10 million of network marketing. But if you look at people who've been in this business for 8 years who are making $2.5 million a year, imagine all the people that join their team and quit 30 days in, 60 days in, 90 days in, 2 years in, when they're like, it's not going fast enough. If you instead say, I know exactly where I'm going, I know exactly what I want to create for this, I know this is going to provide me financial freedom for my future, I know this is going to be the vehicle that propels me into that next level of my life for whatever that purpose, that deep fulfilling drive in your heart, your why, your vision, everything that is pulling you. If you take that and that vision pulls you every single day, but you choose to just pour into the day in front of you and say, how am I going to give my best today? How am I going to be consistent today? How am I going to be a servant leader today? Who can I impact today? Who can I be an earth angel in their life today? I promise you, if that is your focus every single day and you say, I am committing to this and I'm not going to give up, it will shift. It will duplicate. It will compound, and it will change your life. But do not give up the days that it feels hard. Don't give up on anything the days that it feels hard. It is so much worth it in the end too, when you all of a sudden rise above all of that and you're like, every second of this was worth it. Who you have to become in this process is worth it. Who you have to become to create that much influence and impact for where you're going is worth it. But too many people quit when all of a sudden it gets hard. So do not quit. Why Isagenix? There's so many network marketing companies out there, but like the founders of Isagenix came out of retirement. Imagine working like building multi-million dollar businesses. You go into retirement at 50 something years old, and all of a sudden your good friend that's like known as the Mineral Man, who's created over 2,600 product lines within nutrition and the health and wellness arena, comes to you and says, I have been saving the best of the best ingredients this whole time, and it's called Isagenix, and partners with you, and you come out of retirement to change world health. Like they came out of retirement to free people from physical and financial pain, literally to just transform world health and free people. They want to create more 6- and 7-figure earners in the entire world. They say, you know, Facebook completely revolutionized like social media. Amazon completely revolutionized and changed the shopping experience. Apple completely revolutionized the way we talk on cell phones and what cell phones can do. But Isagenix is literally going to revolutionize the way people make money. Their goal is to literally revolutionize and change the way people see and view and make money. It's because they want to create massive physical and financial freedom in the world. And if you talk stress, if you talk health, financial stress is the biggest stress of them all. So think of how many people you can impact. We impacted 900,000 people in 2018. Our goal this year is to impact 1 million people. There are 8 billion people in this world. Imagine the impact that we're still yet to have. They call it the perfect storm. We're 16 years in where we have built strong enough from the product side to prove that we deliver results and these products work. And now we can go top down and lead with the business to completely revolutionize, leading with the business of changing people's lives financially. So if there's only 1 million product users and 8 billion people in this world, imagine the power that we haven't even tapped in to what we are about to do. So that's like buying real estate into a company 20 years ago and watching it grow to the value it is today. Imagine starting now the value it will be in the next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Stay with it. We've created over 300 million cumulative millionaires. There's over 400 six-figure earners under the age of 35. We're over a $6 billion company. We're doing $1 billion a year, but we've created over $6 billion. And we're about to double, going from $1 billion to $2 billion a year here soon. We're still privately owned. You see so many massive companies grow, and then all of a sudden they become publicly traded, and it completely changes the company. We are privately owned. We're Inc. 5000 fastest growing companies in the world for 11 years, and it is a family-driven legacy company. And I love that leaders get on stage, they talk about their faith. They talk about how God is working in their lives. They talk about the influence that they're able to create because of this opportunity. They talk about the impact they're able to make on such a bigger level. Whether that's like writing a book or launching a mastermind program for entrepreneurs or traveling the world on different tours or being able to go and contribute in third world countries or be able to start their own nonprofit or be able to contribute over $200,000 a year to nonprofits of their choice. What is that to you? Because right now I can guarantee whatever that big goal you have, where you're currently at is not financially able to provide that for you right now. So allow this to be something that dream bigger, be able to contribute on such a bigger level. This is the progression, and this is why I really want to show you the trends and why the time is now. If you look at like well, this doesn't really show up, but it took us like 7 years to create our first $1 billion. And then it took 3 years to create like the second, and then another like 2 to 3 years to create the next one. And now we're doing $1 billion a year. So if that's how fast all of a sudden it's growing, just imagine what we're going to create in the future. The highest income earner right now is doing like I think it's $2.8 million a year. Imagine what that, if with the compound effects, pretty soon that's going to be 5 million and then 10 million and then 20 million with how fast it's about to pick up. So I ask you, like, are you living your ideal life? Like, if time and money wasn't an issue, what would you be doing? 60% of people do not have retirement. And of those 60%, more than half of them have only $10,000 or more in savings. If your spouse or you were to get laid off from your job, what do you have like a support system in place that could help that? We're on our way to the next recession is what everyone's saying. Network marketing is the biggest recession-proof industry. People turn to network marketing when they need financial resources. The average house that only makes $54,000, but the way that we all need to live these days and how much money we need is well over 6 figures. This is something you can build in your own time. Like, we are coaching people on how to like move to 6 figures by only working 6 hours a week, putting only 6 hours into this. What can you do in your life to sacrifice? Like, what sacrifices can you make right now to add 6 hours of this that is impacting other people and changing other people's lives in the process? You don't have to you don't have a boss. You're not micromanaged. Like, this is something you are just surrounded by community and support and mentors that are going to help you on this journey. Your team success is your success. So in most businesses, you try to outperform the next person or try to get that raise or try to climb that corporate ladder. But in this, it's like you are your own boss and your success is entirely up to you. But at the same time, like, our team's success benefits everybody. You are financially linked with everyone. So the better everyone does, the better you do. What is like your exit strategy? Maybe you're like, okay, I don't even, maybe it's not about right now, but what's your exit strategy? We have a couple people on our team that want to retire and they don't have the right funds for that. So this is the vehicle that can help them retire. But even more importantly, put life back into their years for retirement. You shouldn't just save for retirement and then barely get by. You should be enjoying retirement even more than you are right now because you worked so hard for it. And that's what I'm so passionate about. And you can hear it in my voice, but I'm so madly passionate about being able to provide more income for those that deserve it, those that are hungry for success, those that want to climb to the top of whatever you're doing, whatever industry you're in, that you are working so hard every single day, pouring into it, and you'll never make the money you deserve because you deserve that money. I look at Isagenix as the chosen ones. I call it all the time the chosen ones. It is like God put the right people in this company, the right leaders, the right people that he said, these people are impacting this world. These people want this. These people want to create change in this world, and they will never make the money they deserve in that industry they're in. So this is his way of like giving back to you on such a big level so you can go do more amazing things in this world. Chris Harder, who's one of our top income earners, launched For the Love of Money because of his influence from Isagenix. And it's all about when good people make good money, they do great things. So that is who we attract on this team, is amazing, powerful leaders that have huge visions, that just want to create more, that want to contribute back on a bigger level, that want to give back on a bigger level, that want to go travel the world. Like, for me, it's like more about like giving back to our team. As our leaders grow, I want to like just reward all of you guys and take you on the most amazing, incredible retreats all over the world and travel the world and let you experience so much more because you deserve it. Maybe it's just paying for your kids' college with cash. Ellen, who I talked about earlier, her kids go to Duke University, her daughter does, and they're able to pay for Duke University in cash. It's over $100,000 a year, and she's able to pay for that because of Isagenix. Maybe it's just to pay your mortgage. Maybe it's to just travel and take your family on that vacation. Maybe it's just to wake up every single day with security and safety to know that you are financially free and that you get to do whatever you want, whenever you want, and have the life of freedom to be able to impact on a bigger level because you can, and that you don't have to deal with that stress. Whatever that looks like to you, how can you create more impact by allowing this opportunity to change more people's lives, allowing you to be a part of the bigger vision that if we want to impact world health and grow this and just keep growing this to billions and billions and millions of people, you can be a part of that change. So I want you just to think about this tonight and write down those goals that you have and just dream bigger, but then allow this to create the life that's like allowing you to live even better. So as you watch this, I want you to drop in the comments, in the Facebook post, what resonates with you the most? What is like this deep yearning in your heart as you're listening to this that you're like, yes, I want this. I want more. Just start. It could be as simple as making $500 extra a month that could change your life and move that forward, and it just keeps growing, but do not quit.